Warriors NRL Fanatics here, back today with a video, and this is going to be my 5 things I've learned versus the Gold Coast Titans for round 2. This game was played at Seaver Super Stadium on the Gold Coast last Saturday afternoon. Now I'm going to go through 5 points that I take out of the game and give my thoughts. So starting off with the first point, and it is first halves starts costly in both games. Now, if you look at the game against the Dragons in round 1, we started off very slowly. We came back into it. And, yeah, look, in the second game, we had a repeat against the Titans. Later on in the first half, we came back. But, you know, we conceded early. And it was a very soft tries that we conceded early on in these 2 games. So, look, I think it's a massive concern, personally, from my point of view. Because if you're coming up against the top teams like the Melbourne Storm, Penrith Panthers, the Sydney Roosters, those teams, they always get off to good starts. And once they get off to good starts, you know, they generally do go on and win the game. So we need to be fixing this moving forward, because I don't want to see it every game this season where we get off, you know, to a 12-0 behind scoreline and we have to come back from 12-0. So, yeah, that is a concern for me, and it needs to be looked at moving forward into this season. The second point is halves tried their hardest but still did not control the game. Now, look, I don't think Ash Taylor and Shannara Stavita were terrible. I don't think they were shocking. I think they did the best that they can, definitely. But could they do a little bit more? I'll say absolutely. They could have done a lot more in this game. Now, I thought the first half, Shannara Stavita and Ash Taylor were doing alright. They were doing their job. They were solid. But the second half, I personally think that in terms of their kicking game and general play, they probably could have done a lot more. And, you know, I was looking out for the halves in particular in the second half to show control. And that's something that the Warriors have lacked last season and in previous seasons gone by. So, if we had Shaun Johnson, would things been a lot differently? Well, it's hard to tell, because it might have helped, definitely, for sure. It might have been great to have Shaun Johnson there, but in my personal opinion, I thought Shannara Stavita and Ash Taylor, you know, probably could have shown a lot more involvement in terms of how they kicked and how they went in attacks. So, yeah, halves try their hardest, but still lack control of the game. The third point, Josh Curran's workload is massive and keeps rolling on. And Josh Curran, I've got to say, his form from last year, my biggest take going into this off-season was, can Josh Curran back it up from previous years? We've seen players have good seasons, you know, in previous year, and they've come back in the second year, and, you know, they haven't been able to back that up. But Josh Curran has proven that that myth is not there. You know, Josh Curran, first 2 games, very good, outstanding, very underrated player. And for the Warriors, for me, they need to be keeping Josh Curran long term. They need to build a future around this player, because, yeah, you got to say, we need more Josh Currans in the team for me. You know, we need more players like Josh Curran in the team, because he is such an underrated player, gets about his work very well, and I say, Warriors, you got to keep him long term, and he just played outstanding against the Titans yet again. So, Josh Curran's workload massive, and form keeps rolling on. On to the fourth point now, and it is butchered scoring opportunities, not good enough. Now, I watched the full replay on YouTube. The NRL uploaded a full replay on their YouTube channel. I watched it back today because, you know, the highlights didn't really do it justice for me, so I had to look back. And scoring opportunities. Now, we had opportunities many times in the second half. You know, we're up 16-14. You know, we had chances after chance. And Eliasa Katoa had a chance to score a try. He didn't ground the ball at all. Marcelo Montoya as well as Rocco Berry, they, were chances that we needed to take, and we did not take them at all, and that's why we kept scoreless in the second half. So you could credit the Titans defensively as well, but you can also say the Warriors could have done a lot better with their scoring opportunities, because they definitely had them in this game, but they definitely didn't take them, and they needed to be a lot better. So, look, one quick note I want to make is I've seen a lot of people on social media, after this game in particular, on Twitter, I've seen a lot of people say that Rocco Berry should be dropped altogether after 2 games. And I've got to say, I don't agree with it at all. I got to say that it's not his fault entirely for our performance on Saturday. There was quite a few players individually that probably could have done a lot better, but it wasn't entirely Rocco Berry's fault that we lost that game last Saturday against the Titans, and I don't think he should be dropped personally, in my opinion. If you look at Rocco Berry, some people don't understand that he has only played a limited amount of rugby league games in the NRL. He comes from a rugby union background, so you can't blame Rocco Berry for our result. That's how I feel about Rocco Berry. I've always rated the kid. Yes, I know a lot of people probably expected a lot more from him in the first 2 games of the season, but he is only young, and he will learn from it. He will learn from these 2 games to start the season. So, yeah, I wouldn't drop Rocco Berry this week. That's my view on Rocco Berry. But moving on to the 5th and final point in this video is left side defence caught out. And I looked at the tries to Greg Marju in particular. The one where Marcelo Montoya got palmed off. I know he's a big player. I know he's hard to tackle in that. I know it was the same against the Dragons with, Makeli Ravalawa. I know he's a hard player to stop as well. They're both very big and powerful wingers and very hard to stop. But still, I thought Marcelo Montoya in particular, probably could have done a little bit better in terms of defending on Greg Marju. I'm not putting the blame on him at all, but, still, you got to do a lot better in terms of defending that, try. And also, if you looked at the likes of Adam Pompey and GC Arthurs, I thought a couple of times they got caught out in defence, but that's just my view on it. But again, that's what I believe. So, look, I'm not bashing these players in particular. I'm just saying there are some areas which they could improve on. They can definitely get better, and yeah, look, they are players that, probably would feel like they probably could have had a better game. So maybe in their views, they could have had more better games. But that wraps up my 5 things I've learned versus the Gold Coast Titans. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you agree my 5 points that I've learned versus the Gold Coast Titans? If you disagree, share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And the channel is very close to 1K subscribers, not far away now. So, yeah, look, if you aren't already done so already and you're watching all these videos, make sure you do hit that red subscribe button down below, because it's much appreciated. It helps the channel out as well, and, I do really appreciate you guys for subscribing. And I also want to thank those who have recently subscribed to the channel as well. And yeah, look, it's free, it doesn't cost a thing. And also don't forget to click the thumbs up on the video, click the like button, click the bell so you don't miss a notification when I go live on the YouTube channel next and when I upload a new video. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next video.